Hello, hello, and welcome. Today's video is going to start with quilting and it's going to end with quilting. And then there's going to be a bit of other life stuff in between. And much of it, I feel, is pretty dang exciting. We left off in the last video about quilting with this process. And if you remember, I was seeing a lot of faces. A lot of faces. And no matter where I put those blocks, I was seeing faces. That has not gone away. So I'm going to embrace it moving forward. But then I was interrupted by a lovely week at Madeline Island School of the Arts with a mixed media artist named Holly Roberts. It was a wonderful, wonderful week. Now, you might be saying, what does that have to do with quilting? Well, it has a lot to do with how I quilt. Number one, it's another medium that continues to keep my creativity flowing. And number two, it provides ideas for how I might proceed in my next art quilt. Sometimes it's just a color palette. Sometimes it's how would I interpret this, for example, in a quilt. Here's a little peek at what Madeline Island looks like. If you want to see more, I have a whole video on it. I'll put the link here. Soon as I got home, I was scrolling online. I've been looking for a van forever, and I finally found one. I had to drive to Fargo, North Dakota, which is quite a drive from here, and I bought it on the spot. What I want to do is make it into a mobile quilting studio slash home on wheels, because I am going to be teaching in various parts of the country my Quilt Like an Artist workshop. And I really don't want to have to drag my sewing machine, etc., into a hotel to sew. I don't know if you can see it here, but I have marked off the space that says sewing machine on the floor. And I've taken my grandmother's treadle machine in to see if they can make it work. It's missing a bobbin case, so my fingers are crossed that they're going to be able to find one and get it running. And I'm hoping to put that in the van. That way I can sew whether I have an electric hookup or not. So the other thing I've been preoccupied with is my garden. And this is the first year I've gardened in this location, and I've planted lots of gardens, and boy, keeping up has been quite the task. In fact, if you're wondering what my chickens are doing here, my chickens are taking care of a cabbage that I did not harvest in time, that split wide open, and to them it was a splendid buffet. With all these things on my plate, are you starting to understand why the word discombobulated is one of my favorite words? And then there's Yonder Horse. I am a product designer for Yonder Horse. I design about 99% of their products. That means woven saddle blankets, silk wild rags, beaded belts, handbags, and the list goes on. Check it out, yonderhorse.com. The next thing I have going right now is the Prairie Renaissance Cultural Alliance show. This is in Morris, Minnesota, and it runs from July 16th through September 6th. And I have to say, they did a wonderful job of selecting the quilts and hanging them. There will be an artist talk, and if you go to my events page, you can learn more about that. They're going to have it on Zoom, so anyone can watch. I'll also post that in my newsletter when I know the details of it. So sign up for that newsletter and get all the info. You just never know where life is going to lead you. Keep the doors open, folks. Your life may surprise you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. I'm glad you're here all the way to the end. It makes a difference in the algorithm. So thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.